Hi everyone, my name is ResilienTOgether. I am a reporter for Met Radio, specifically on the morning mixtape news. Today I'm going to be covering about my process of what it's like to attend a live event that I will be discussing on radio. When I attend live events for the morning mixtape, I am working as a team of one person. So I am the person that not just attends the event to photograph it in this case, but I'm also responsible for getting any video footage and audio footage, well, audio recordings, pardon me, that I will be using for the project, whether it be to use in videos such as this one or as background music for the radio segment. Typically, when I get audio footage, I look for a few types of clips. I look for a clip that I can use as like a bit of a hook, such as a motivational speech done by one of the artists or speakers, or a part of a song that was said or sung in this case by the performers, uh, that really hypes up the mood and sets the atmosphere. Uh, Speaking of songs, I am recording in the Bathurst Center of Arts and Culture, which not just has the gallery currently set up for people to come in and view, but it also has like another room for performers to rehearse, practice, and even perform in. So that's why there's going to be like a couple of like vocals and singing and music playing in the background. Um, it's kind of out of my control, but don't mind it. I will say that some of it is like quite beautiful, I gotta say. Moving on now, um, Resilient Together, it happened Thursday, May 1st of 2025. How it works is that they have a theme and artists, they submit their work following that theme on Instagram. Then the ones that are selected are worked with and they're brought here. Last year, I've actually covered Resilient Together when I've interviewed curator Rida Youssef, who was so kind as to send an invitation for me to come again this year. For this year's segment, rather than focusing on the process of how Resilient Together works with our artists, I'm going to be focusing on the artists and or performers themselves to talk about how Resilient Together empowers them. Resilient Together's live events have two parts to it. There is a gallery that showcases all of the visual art submissions that have been selected, and these visual art submissions can be anything like paintings, prints, photographs, or even collages, as I see this year. There is also another part that focuses in on performance arts, such as musicians and mainly singers. Now, for attire, I tend to wear all black to the occasion. I have a mix of clothing, like athletic wear, to keep me kind of like cool and flexible, but I also wear like comfortable pants, which is like loose enough for me to be able to move without much restriction, but it's like not too loose like sweatpants, so that I still look like a bit professional. I also wear like a light jacket because sometimes things can get pretty hot, and I like to have the option to take something off if it's too hot and to put something back on if things get a bit too cold. As for like my shoes, I wear shoes that are closed-toed and are able to protect my feet in case I step on something and just allow me to move around. It's important when you're constantly shuffling around to photograph images to get the best angle, and when you just know that you gotta get out of the way in some cases. The shoes that I typically wear as of right now are a good pair of simple black rain boots that I bought off of Marks. Uh, in terms of equipment, usually I would have like my iPhone. Uh, it's my primary camera and my microphone. Though because For this event, I'm obviously doing it for a radio station. I was lent a handful of different pieces of equipment. For starters, we have this microphone and the microphone holder. There's the receiver that comes with the microphone, as well as the phone stand that I'm using for today. As for like my hair, it's kind of like obvious that I have it down right now. But when I'm actually going around the event itself, I have my hair up. It keeps it out of the way for when I'm shuffling around, and if, if it's like hot in there, it's just a very convenient way to keep myself cool. Plus, when you have your hair up, it makes it look more neat. The camera is one of the biggest challenges that I've actually had. I'm used to a particular model of camera, and the radio station does have the camera that I'm used to using. However, at the time, it's been checked out by one of my colleagues, and because of her state, there's a very low chance that she would actually be back with the camera uh, by the time I need it. So, because I had no other choice, I had to borrow a camera from the same brand, but a significantly different model. Most of the features of this camera remain the same. However, there are some differences on it that are big enough for photographing to be a bit of a challenge. So, for example, the ISO on the camera that I'm used to, all you gotta do is press a button and then you can spin a wheel in order to change it. But for this model of camera, I had to not type, I had to press the info button a couple of times and then use the touch screen to change it. It's a little bit inconvenient for when I'm trying to adjust uh, the aperture, shutter speed, and ISO so that it fits my needs. Shutter speed was another issue that I had. I couldn't figure out for the life of me how to change the shutter speed, so I was just stuck with a bunch of shots where people are moving, and so it creates this blur where there could be multiple faces of one person present in it. Everybody can turn invisible, unwanted light gets in. It's very uncomfortable, unsettling, and these are not images that anybody would want to share. I would also say that lighting was also a small issue when covering specifically the live performances. It's dark with a couple of spotlights. I could definitely have a light on me to solve that situation, but I don't want to distract any of the performers or the photographers and videographers that have been hired by the event uh, to, get good shots. The last thing that I want is to be a nuisance. My favorite part about Resilient Together is
Yo, thank y'all for your patience. What? Okay, I'm gonna yell out like a couple different places and you tell me which one y'all from, okay?
Who here is from Toronto?
Who here is from Mississauga? Goodness gracious me, they don't come from Mississauga, eh? That's crazy. What about Brampton? Yo, my goodness, tough crowd. Oh man. Wow. Etobicoke? Okay, North York? Oh, yeah, you're in the building, man. What the fuck? I mean, what the heck?
I want to give a moment to thank Resilient Together for inviting me to attend this year's artist showcase. Everybody was very talented and they displayed very unique and beautiful pieces and performances for everybody to stand back and enjoy. I look forward to seeing what the event has in store for next year, and I will be attending if it's in the Greater Toronto area. Last but not least, I want to thank all of you guys for taking a moment to watch this video. I really had a lot of fun sharing everything that I liked about this event, the challenges, and just a little bit of what it takes to be part of this opportunity. With that said, I hope all of you guys at home have a lovely day, and I look forward to seeing you all next time. Bye bye.